Hey guys, it's Shadow. Welcome back to another video. So today we're back at it again with the best class setters for 2017, and today we're looking at the second assault rifle. So the second assault rifle is the XR-2. It is a burst auto assault rifle, but the burst cycle automatically by holding the trigger. So it just keeps shooting if you even hold the trigger, so you don't have to tap fire like the M16 from Black Ops or the SWAT from Black Ops 2. You don't have to hold it in the XR2, you just have to hold it and it will shoot automatically for you. So this assault rifle is really good. Not much people use the assault rifle. I think it's the most underrated assault rifle in the game. But it's really good when you're really accurate with this weapon. It does more damage than the M8, but the M8 has more faster fire rate, so it kind of like pays off its pros and cons. So the very first attachment I have is an optic. Now the optic I'm using is ELO sight. Now you don't have to use the ELO sight, you can use the red dot sight or the BO3 sight or any other sight you prefer, or just the iron sights, like either way. I like to use the ELO sight because it doesn't have the zoom effect like the red dot sight, so you can pick off targets really accurately and a lot more swiftly because of the ELO sight, because it's just a floating red dot sight, so it's easy to hit people who head glitch, and also it's just a lot better. The second attachment I'm running with is quick draw. Now quick draw just makes you aim down the sight faster. Most every assault rifle is probably gonna have quick draw because you're competing against shotguns and some machine guns and DLC weapons, of course. So having quick draw is really nice because you can aim faster, and plus if you in a gunfight and you other opponent doesn't have quick draw but you do, you have a more slighter win of winning that gunfight, because the very first 3 bullets hit into the enemy, you're basically going to win the gunfight because the XR2 does have a high damage. Now the very second attachment I'm having is stock. Now you don't always have to have stock. I put stock because you can strafe and you can move faster when aiming down sight. So it's in a gunfight and there's 3-4 people and you need to get out of a tight corner or something, you can just use stock while aiming down sights while picking off your enemies. So it's really good, and it's good to strafe with the when you're jumping really high. You can strafe with it, and it's really good to compete with some machine guns or even shotguns most of the time. Now you don't always have to go stock, you can go fast mags or extended mags, anything else. I prefer stock. All these classes I'm making for you guys, you can change how you feel like to use them. Now the very last attachment I have is rapid fire, so it increases the fire rate of the weapon. So because the XR2 does have a pretty slow fire rate, it's nice to have a rapid fire for the XR2, because when you hold down sight, it increases the fire rate, so you put more bullets into your enemies and you can drop them a lot faster. But the only downside, by having rapid fire, you use a lot of bullets. So I would choose a different attachment for rapid fire. You don't always have to rapid fire, you can go fast mag or extended mag, same thing with stock. So we're going into the very first perk. So the very first perk we're going with is Sixth Sense, because I love using Sixth Sense because it's really good, because it just indicates where the enemies are. It's just a red triangle on your mini map to tell where the enemies are in front of you, behind you, up or down, side to side. It tells you where the enemies are coming from. And it's really nice when you're in a room by yourself and you have no idea where the enemies are because there's no UAV. That's when Sixth Sense comes in and tells you where the enemies are, so you can go and hunt them down, I guess. So the very second perk we're going with is Fast Hands. So Fast Hands just makes you aim faster after sprinting. So let's say you're running across the map and you get in a gunfight, the perk Fast Hands will be so good because mixed with quick draw, you have a slightly better chance of taking down opponents that are not expecting you to have a faster aim down sight than them. And if you have a secondary, as you guys see, I do sometimes run pistols as my secondary, or I just run as a tactical. And if you do pick up a weapon off the ground, let's say you run out of ammo at the XR2, the Fast Hands will swap your weapons faster if you run out of ammo with the XR2. Now the third perk I'm running with is Tactical Mask. Now it reduces the effects of flashbangs, concussions and shock charges. Now this class is usually good if you play it in domination type of game modes, TDM, ejected type of game modes, because Tactical Mask comes in really handy to reduce the spam of concussions, flashbangs and shock charges, and it helps you to get out of a lot of situations where you're in a building with other people and some guy throws a concussion and you guys are all flashing, you have no idea what's happening. The Tactical Mask will help you just to don't get affected by these tacticals, and you have a better chance of escaping or taking down your enemies. So in this game, I did well. I think I went 39-6. I did die from, as you might have seen, a lot of shotguns. The guy was using a breccie and some other missed habits. I did die from sniper later on in the game. But yeah, so the kill streaks I was running, or score streaks I was running here, was UAV, Cerberus, and sentry guns. I was only running Cerberus. I didn't run, I was gonna run Wraith and Talon, but because this is Exodus, and I really don't like this map because everyone's enclosed in tight spaces, so it's really good for shotguns or LMGs usually, and a lot of trip mines or C4s placed up on walls and corners, but most of these shotguns is a pretty big problem now, because I hope they do patch the Brecci, because it's the most annoying weapon in this game to get killed by. Now, I did run with Cerberus. I put 2 Cerberus on the ground. I put sentry guns on the balcony where people can jump on the balcony to go inside the building. So you put 2 sentry guns on either side. You're basically, when they walk through underneath the sentry gun, they're still going to get shot by the other sentry gun. Same with the other side. Now, I run with that, and it was worth it. I was going to put the sentry gun in the spawn to get spawn killing, but, you know, I just didn't really thought of that because we were slightly losing at first, and then I started to gradually bring up the score. Now the XR-2 is probably not the best gun to use in this map because there's all close quarters. There's some long range gunfights. Because it's got a high damage, kinda pays off if you play in a short close quarter map, and it does take out most of the enemies because of its high damage. Now the range with this gun is really good. I have to say the range is really nice. The rate of fire is alright. Now the accuracy is really good also, so it's a really good assault rifle, but I wouldn't really use it in close quarter maps because some machine guns and shotguns will outgun you with this assault rifle. But it did have some few patches and updates, nerfs and buffs throughout the 2-year life cycle of Black Ops 3, and I have to say the XR-2 hasn't actually changed much. It hasn't been nerfed or buffed or anything. It's been the same gun since I've played it since the beta, since I was getting this dark matter. So, but if it has, please let me know down in the comments below if it has been changed in some parts of the thing, if it's been reduced recoil or something like that. So the very next gun, well, the third assault rifle in the game we're looking at is the HVK-30. Now the HVK-30 is like the M27, I have to say. Yeah, the M27 of Black Ops 3. Now that'll be in the next video. If you guys have been enjoying this series, smash the thumbs up button, and also subscribe to the channel for more gaming Call of Duty videos, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. So I'll let the video just to play out. This time I actually finished my intro, so I'll let the video play out for the rest of the game, and I'll catch you guys on the next video very soon.